Alright, are we good? Alright, so, hey guys, so I went to stream this on Twitch. Problem was, not a lot of people told me they had Twitch, so that was an issue. Alright, are we good? Alright, so, hey guys. So I have to now edit some things here, so give me a minute. Hopefully everything's working right. I'll have to edit some things, so give me a minute. So again, this stream is more or less me just editing around with my game, making the moveset. I'm gonna be basically typing up the movesets. Like, what I want to add, what might be added, and this stream is more or less to get people interested into the game and everything. Sorry again. There we go. I'll have to change the thumbnail at some point, but not right now. So I'm pretty sure all I need right now is for the thumbnails, just for this to work. Okay, here we go. Much better now. This is more or less me just writing down the info I need. So that way when I do start doing the game anyway, I can at least have everything I need to get down. So I'll be showing off the info and everything. So again, this isn't the actual, we have stuff for the game, but the problem is I'm just writing down everything, so I have everything down. I'm just double checking when we're done. Mode. Changes mode. Yeah. Alright, that seems about right. So we have the movesets for Shiro, Heaven's Feel, Victoria Pendragon Ultra, Hire. I feel like Hiri's is fair. Because he is a 5-star, and the way I'm making this for 5 stars is that I want them to be fair, but also overpowered. I love it when I stream and I info it to people, but they still don't show up. Great. Brother, it still shows me if you're watching or not, correct? God. What? No, so I gotta log out here. I gotta relog there. There we go. Music. I'm gonna go on there and well, I'm pretty sure Sun Tzu is in the game. Well, no, it's in Fate or not, but probably not. I'm only adding the servants I know that are in Fate, but I'm also trying to follow the Fate Grand Order plan. For instance, for right now, we're doing the Fate Stay Night characters that I have. Because the game will most likely be out once we have all the Fate Stay Night characters. So, like, I'll have to rename them due to copyright purposes and everything. So right now, I'm just writing things down. So I can show you guys what I have so far. Alright, so Heaven's Feel Shiro. He's gonna be 5 stars. He has a mode change called Hero's Arm, which is his X move. And I will show you guys all the stuff that you need to know about him. So this is the mode change. It buffs his attacks, also his MP, which will only work at like 30% health. Well, at 30% health, he will start growing swords out of him. It will let his T and G move do 80 to 90% damage to all enemies. He has a right hook that guard breaks, a tackle barrage, rule breaker too, because technically he does have that in the game. His G move will be the same. Now these are his passives, like this is his normal moveset, so I should probably put that in. Azot's Blade, Rosaya, which will protect your allies too. But you have to be physically behind Shiro in order for it to work. 9 lives work. So depending on this will do probably a one-shot if you get hit by it when he's awake, when he uses his mode change. It will do a one-shot, most likely. But normally it probably won't. It's very hard to pull off. We're making it like, not like the usual one-shots you see in games. It's more going to be like, if he misses it, then he also dies. But if it uses it on a character, then he will but if he uses it on a character like, to say, Hercules, then Hercules, who has, like, multiple lives, will lose, like, 9 of those lives. So this is a way to make it fair for, like, that kind of character. Alter, like, Saber Alter will most likely have the same moveset as Saber, except for Crotch Kick. That will be a different one. Kirei, though, is a very hard character for me to think about. His X mode will be very different than most every servant and master in the game. His X mode will allow him to have, well, he'll be able to summon 2 different servants. Meaning, like, he can summon both Lancer and Gilgamesh, but those will work in a way like a moveset. He's not going to be summoning NPCs of them. Like, so technically speaking, if you have, because this game allows you to play, it's like a bit of, this game plays like Genshin almost. It's not like gameplay-wise, but like you can switch between master and servant when fighting. They will have their own separate health bars, own separate damage outputs, everything like that. But Kirei is special in the way that he technically will be the only master in this game to have 3 servants, since his mode change allows him to use 2 different servants, which are both Gilgamesh and Lancer. So his E move and mode change will be a long range move, of course. Now, that doesn't guard break. He can use Gilgamesh to use Gates of Babylon. His R move, which is Lancer, will let him do a guard break, which is just a flurry of blows, a combo move, but it doesn't have that much range. His T move, though, is a combo where both Lancer and Gilgamesh go after you, so you'll have to watch out for that. G will be the same. He'll have a right hook. Now, this is his passive abilities, like his normal move set, because the way the X mode works is if you press X, you get a whole new entire move set. He'll have black keys. These don't guard break, but the cooldown time differs depending on how many you've summoned. And the damage output, too. So if you summon one black key and throw it, then that's not going to do nearly as enough damage as, like, 3 would. Counter, he'll perform a counter that will counter up to 3 times. This is a little callback to his Fate Zero days. And then you have his ultimate, his G move, his baptismal rite. Now, the way his G move works is that is a one-shot for the person who is in range of it. He'll grab the nearest person, slam them to the ground, and you're one-shotted. But he'll also be expanding a light, like a little circular dome of light. And if you're caught up in it, depending on how far you are away from Kiri, the damage to you will depend on your distance. So let's just say if you're the furthest away, I think the fairest would be 60, maybe 40 at most. I'll have to change that, but I'd say 60 to 40%, and it's not blockable because it is an ult. Medium range, maybe let's just say 60 to 70, and then near would be, let's give it a nice 80% damage. I feel like that's fair. Yeah. That's the whole way this game works, is that you'll be able to use two. Yeah, I feel like this is fair for Kira. I feel like in all my in fairness, this is fair to him because he is a 5-star, so I have to make him somewhat broken. So he is a 5-star, so 5-star master, and he's a limited one, meaning I will only most likely release him on very special occasions when like Gilgamesh banners are up and things like that. So he'll only be ever out on very special occasions. Meaning if you don't have like I feel like this is fair. This is fair. This is fair. Alright, so the next character we have on this list is Servants and Masters. Let me just make sure I have this. Gilgamesh. Oh, that's interesting. So, yeah, so Gilgamesh is our next one. Or am I going in order? Yeah, I think I'll go in order of Masters, actually. So, yeah. No, actually, because the way we're actually releasing characters is we'll release characters and masters. So we'll like do masters and servants. So yeah, I guess the next one would be 4 5-star servant Gilgamesh, and I will call him the King. I feel like that's a good nickname. Gilgamesh is special. Gilgamesh will have Darius. Well, shields in this game work like Smash. So, like, the shields in this game have a stamina limit because I hate people who run. Like, I don't think there's any enjoyment in people who are runners. They just run everywhere. And I feel like it's much better in a game if you have a game where your shield is limited. Meaning, if you run, it's not going to recharge until it's either gone, or at the very least, it'll take a pretty long time to recharge your shield. Not really long, but at the most likely, you will be forced to fight if you like want to try to. I'll have to look at the mechanics again because we have not it's been a long time since I've like gone physically into the game because I've been working on the foundations and planning it out. But anyway, when I say guard break, I mean guard break. It's just gonna guard break through your entire shield. Like light breaks. So for instance, if a move doesn't light break, because this is a pretty simple system. Some moves will have damaging effects where they will do damage to you but won't break your shield. Some moves will just entirely break your shield. So it's stuff like that. Especially the 5-stars. I'm planning to make some 2 and 3 stars very fair, but I'm not gonna try to those characters will most likely not have a mode change because those are reserved for very special 5 or 4-star characters. So I feel like that'd be fair at the very least. Mode changes will allow you to switch your ult too, depending on the character. So I'll have to look at Gilgamesh here. So obviously he will have a mode change. Mode change. I gotta think of what to call it. Because Gilgamesh's mode, he's gonna be long range. He's gonna be long range. Gilgamesh is a long range kind of guy. Meaning he's not great in close quarters, or at the very least, he likes to stand still where he is. So his arsenal will be very limited to how I think I want to play him. So we'll come back to that one. I think obviously his E move will need to be Gates. Shoot swords, but it could be a situation where if you press E multiple times, I'll say maybe 4 times, more gates will show up. I'll say that. You know, it feels fair. It's hard to tell really because for Gilgamesh, like, I'll look this up. Because I'm gonna take a little. I like to take at the very least. No, I like to take some. I like to take at least a pull out of the fake Grand Order moveset because they have like great moves, and I have an idea for what I want Gilgamesh to be. Okay, I think his first move will obviously be Gates. That will probably just work in similarity to like how, you know, ABA has it. So it's pretty much simple. Doesn't guard break, but can stun hit a bit, along with having a long range. Damage wise, I'd say this does about like 15% damage. So not too much. But you know, it's at least, it hurts, like, especially if you get hit by a lot of them. But it's not gonna, like, overtly hurt you and kill you. Arm. Charisma. So this one is just a buff move that will also fill up his ult meter. Laugh at the enemy and buff your attacks by 5%, along with filling up your ult meter by 10%. I feel like that's fair. You're gonna have like you can't spam it, but cooldown. The cooldown for the cooldown is long. Cooldown is medium. I'd say medium because this is gonna be. I don't want people like spamming this, but this is more along the lines of a taunt, and it's gonna buff your attack for at least 5%. I would say this would last for maybe about 10 seconds at most. So Gilgamesh will still have, you know, his basic like his M1s and everything. Oh, but the problem with that is I would need to model that whole shift thing, and then like I don't even know if I can model something like that. I could probably do that. He's gonna have a very complicated way of doing his Aya. We have Aya done. We have his Enema Elish done. That's the thing. But the way we're doing it is very, very complicated in the sense that Gilgamesh has 3 stages. I'll get to that when I finish him. I can make his X mode. Oh, that actually might work. Hold on. Enkidu. Yeah, that will work. Enkidu. Summon the chains of heaven. Yeah, this one would feel like it would work great. I could definitely do his throne. Yeah, I could do his throne, but that depends on everything. Throne. Chain. Guard breaks. Does last longer, depending on the servant. So every servant and master will have a thing called Enema Elish trait. Like, your servant or master may have an Enema Elish trait. That means they are weak to Enema Elish, specifically that MP, because this is an MP that's going to hit hard. Mega Gates. And this will be your R move, your E move. I guess I could make that T move. I'll have to rework his R move, I think, but like. This will be his T move, I feel like. And then I gotta also make the passive ability. So passive. So gains extra crit stars along with buffing his attack and ult. I feel like that's fair. I don't really know what else to call it. Besides that, you know what I mean? This is hard actually. I gotta think of what else. I feel like he should have. He could have Zashu, like the counter move. That'd be funny. But I really want him to have like a buff up move, which is, it's not gonna buff up his teammates, it's just gonna buff up himself. It's like very hard to see. I could give him above all. Where he he jumps on top of a player's head and then just has his gates surround that person and snipe them. Oh, that'd be real Gilgamesh. EST. Yes. Yes, that is beautiful. Because he does that in the anime, I remember. Oh, that is such a troll move, because he does that in the anime, I remember. He's always either on top of something or just floating down. Will start to laugh and call him Zashu. Oh yes, I could actually just call this Zashu. Yes, Zashu. I feel like that's a good one. G. Alright, this one's where it's complicated. Gotta remember what he said. Anima Elish. Okay, so this is where it gets complicated. The auto tracking may not be a thing, but I feel like I want to make it more fair than the other ABA's one. So this will, at the most likeliest of things, have a one shot. This could auto track. I might change it from auto tracking to just, regular tracking, stuff like that. But I feel like auto tracking would be much better. So Enema Elish is a chargeable MP, You have to hold it down and charge it. Now, only at stage 2 can you not get hit by person. If someone hits you at stage 1, then you basically automatically release it, and it only does like 10% damage, and it's not even that good. Meaning, you would at the very least need to charge up to stage 2. You'll get like a force field of wind. This will do damage to the person next to you, or like on a team battle. That if your an opponent is running at you, this will do damage to that person. Number 3, when rising up into the air, force field of wind will still surround him, but this time, if you're below Gilgamesh, you're still gonna get caught up in it. Meaning, even if you try to run underneath him, you're not safe, and anywhere else you're not safe. So we're taking inspiration from both Fate Stay Night 1, where he leans back and just pokes it out like a beam, or something like that, and also FGO. Because Gilgamesh here, his Aya is going to be very powerful. Enema Elish will also have this distinct power-up, meaning if you are hit by it, and since a lot of the characters in this game have the Enema Elish trait, it will do extra damage, which is why Gilgamesh is a very, very, at the most likely, hard character to get. You can't get him through like normal summoning, only limited ones, which are not going to even be that like rare. They're going to be I'm barely going to be releasing Gilgamesh when this game comes out. I'll probably release him only on special occasions, and then even then it will still be kind of hard to get him because he's probably going to be one of the most broken ones in this game. But I do love that taunt of his. I think that's enough for right now. If you guys want to see more of this, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I will be going over more of the characters in this game as this goes on. But if you guys want to see more, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Tomorrow, I'm most likely going to do Lancer and Rin, most likely. Because, well, no, Rin and Archer. Because Archer is very different. He's going to have a different moveset. But yeah, if you guys want to see, this is not the final one. This will most likely change, but this is like a concept idea. And yeah, this will be a concept idea most likely. If you guys want to see the rest of this, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more. My name is Bosco Nate, and I'll see you all later. Bye!